In this video, we will look at Luzid Workspaces. Luzid Workspaces are designed to make you more productive when developing Solana programs locally. And it does that by watching your workspace for any changes to a program that you're working on. And whenever it detects a change, it hot swaps that new program version into the validator, so you immediately see the effects of your changes. I'm currently working on the Worm program. So I already launched the Luzid UI over here, and I'm about to launch Luzid in my workspace. But let's first print the full path to my workspace and put that in my clipboard. Now I'm going to launch Luzid itself, the backend, and we can see that we have no workspaces yet registered in Luzid. We can quickly fix that. All I have to do is paste the root of my project that I just copied, and Luzid will automatically find any program that's in there. In this case, it found my Worm program. It found where it's deployed, like where the deployable is, and it found where the IDL is. Now, if I just add that, now Luzid knows about this workspace, and I can either clone it, or I can also just tell it to clone it once and then watch it for changes afterwards. So let's do that. And now if I go to transactions, I can see that the program got cloned and then properly loaded. And now I'm ready to go and use my program. And the workspaces are actually persisted across Luzid restarts. So if I was to close this down and launch Luzid by itself again, the workspace is there. But now I'd still have to press a watch button if I wanted to start watching. And all this stuff is kind of cumbersome, so there's a better way. First, let's remove the workspace. And then we will stop Luzid, and now we'll launch it with a dot behind it. That basically tells Luzid, okay, I want you to load this current workspace that I'm in, and then also clone the programs that you find already into the validator and then watch them. Always just putting a dot behind it. So let's do that. And we can see the same thing happened as before. The program got cloned and got properly loaded. And now I'm ready to start the Worm. So I'm going to my Worm directory, but in this case, I'm going to launch the client of the Worm. So let's do that, and the Worm starts running over here. All right. And you can see that it's kind of dumb. Like when it hits the wall, it just goes up and down. If it hits the wall like this, it goes left and right. So what about if you want to improve on that? Like, let's make it go in circles. Let's make it go clockwise. All right. So if it goes up, and hits the up, we need to go right at that point. If it goes down, we need to go left. And then if it goes left, let's say down, and let's say down here as well, just to see what happens. And then all we have to do is build. And you can see the build takes a while, but the very moment that the build is done, immediately the Worm is affected. Oh, and it got stuck in the corner. Maybe there's something wrong. So it goes left, it actually needs to go up. Okay, just do that. Let's fix that. And now you just launch it again. And you can see immediately after the build is done, the Worm is freed. We now have the Worm going in clockwise direction. What if we wanted to go in counterclockwise direction? Well, we can quickly do that. Down, we just switch everything around. And again, watch how fast it is. I'm just building, and then it's instant. Now the Worm is going counterclockwise. That is all that I wanted to show for Workspaces, but you can clearly see that this is a huge speed up. I mean, you could even go ahead and just like add a message here, right? If something isn't working, you add a message and then you immediately get the log. And you can also see that everything else is like still working in the validator. So you switch the program out, but the Worm was still there, the state of the Worm was still there, and it just kept going. So this shortens the feedback loop so immensely that I feel like after you tried this, you will never want to work without this again.